Okay,
Yeah.
hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
And you say daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
Home for me. Hold the fort up.
So I just press on time, right? Oh Jesus. Okay, let's see if that works.
And I
So
know
dark.
can't afford like the tattoo on your shoulder.
You know, honestly, that song just kind of sometimes doesn't really make sense.
Oh no, it sounds like fuck. In the sheets right on the corner.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I thought you said gomen. Yeah, I wanted to say, like, since when you learn Japanese?
Learn what?
Japanese.
What did I say?
Because I thought you said gomen.
Oh. What does gomen mean in Japanese?
Sorry.
Oh, I said I'm coming. Oh, fuck. Oh god.
You got it?
I got it.
Because the car is too tight.
No, it's are we sitting close? I think we are lah.
We are? Yeah, we are!
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Just so I can. Why is it? Oh no! I wear this. You wear this.
Oh.
And I can see if it's dead. Oh my god.
Hey everyone, welcome to our first car sex episode.
Not at all subtle.
Yeah!
Okay, hold up.
Actually, this is a hot crapao eating advertisement.
Well, for me, it's pork skewers. Anyway, Sophie, what are we talking about today?
So hi guys. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about. Have you hit 1 year? You have, right?
I think I think so, because I didn't really
think so.
count because okay, I think I'm gonna bleep this out. I stopped having sex in around March
Oh,
last year.
yeah, it's 1 year. Okay, guys, so both of us had 1 year celibacy.
More than 1 year.
More than 1 year. Let me check. I actually track it on an app.
I don't.
I think you should do it too.
Well, I don't know what date to put because I didn't start like it wasn't like a strict decision for me. I was just like, oh fuck this shit, and I just never bothered again.
Maybe you can like see the messages. Like when was the last time you went to their house or something? You know,
I really think the last time we had sex was in March.
March.
Yeah, in March.
It was a long ass time. As of today, I am 554 days celibate. And you know what? At this point, it's going to get to 1,000 days lah.
1,000. And then you can throw a party. Today's episode, we are checking in after 1 year of celibacy.
Yes.
So how do you feel, Faye?
Wait, before that, it's still spicy, you know.
It's still spicy?
Yeah, it's damn spicy. Guys, okay, so I love Pat Boy. And like last time I tried their normal one, right? It was so goddamn spicy, but it was so good. That's why I'm here again. Now I ordered the one that is one time less than the normal one. It's still spicy. And okay, I would say generally I can take spice pretty well, but like, what is insane, dude? Like last time I had it, right? Snot was coming out of my nose. Like it was that spicy and it was just like normal. You know, I can't imagine like what the 4th and 5th level is. Like probably insane.
You should try it.
Yeah, I should for the laws. But even this one is considered spicy.
I was asking you how you feel about your 1 year celibacy.
Okay. I don't know if we talked about this on a podcast before, but
We probably did.
yeah, probably did lah.
We just don't remember shit that we say anymore.
Yes.
We be yapping.
We just be yapping. But like, I think like in the first 2-3 months, it was really hard because like, okay, I think like generally I love sex and I have like a very high sex drive as well. So like I went from like doing it every day to just kind of like not doing it, like cold turkey lah basically. Just imagine a person who smokes every day and they went cold turkey one day.
But you don't have sex. You don't have nicotine in your sex.
You don't, but there's a sort of like chemical release to your brain anyway. You know, that is associated with the activity. Alright? So like, it was very difficult for me, but like, I made that decision because, as you guys know, okay, I mean, I'm gonna speak for you too. We hate the pool.
Yeah.
We fucking hate the pool here, and like, the other day, remember how we were talking about like, okay, this is as of now when we're recording this, right? Our recent podcast that just released is about like,
Friends?
yes, friends, and like how we bonded. And remember how we were talking about that? We bonded over trauma. And like Zoe and I got closer like when I reached out to her about a period of time in my life where I was going through some issues with one person. You know, that was actually the time where I first talked to her about my issues. I mean, previously I had issues too, but like I've never like exactly sat down and like talked to her about it. So during that incident, right, I sat down and talked to you about it because I was like very, oh, this is actually a lot better. I was very like unclear with how I should move forward. I mean, actually I was pretty clear. I think I was just delusional at the time, not wanting to accept it. So the thing is, right, the worst part was later she was also going through the same shit. Like we were, and then we had like one other friend who was also going through the same issue, and
just a couple months later, I think.
a few months later. So we had all these like events that just like happened one after another, like simultaneously, you know, like within the same year lah. You can open the window if you want, by the way.
Oh no, it's because I don't wanna have it in frame.
Oh, I thought maybe it's easier that you can blow.
Oh no, because later it interrupts the audio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, right, you know the reason why all of us, like, we had like relationships that didn't work out is all because of a third party.
Yeah.
There's always a third party involved, which broke me, her, and our other friends' relationship. Okay, so basically, we are so icked by the community because like, how the fuck is it that three of us have the same reason for breaking up or like going through some heartache? Like, how common is it that every single one of us suddenly has like a third party issue?
Yeah,
It's
right.
actually insane.
Right. All at a similar time.
At similar time. I don't know, everybody's fucking
Same
pussy
issue.
was itchy that time.
Vagina itchy sometime around March, Pisces season.
So right, mine happened during Capricorn season. Can you
Actually,
believe it?
no, actually mine also, it started, the trigger was in Capricorn season, remember, during your...
Oh, yeah, it was like, it was slightly after.
It was
I remember.
Capricorn. That was the starting point, and then it went downhill. Throughout Aquarius season, throughout Pisces season, throughout Aries season, oh my god, throughout Gemini season. Yeah.
Alright. That shit traumatized me, her, and our other friend, but our other friend is now happily in another relationship.
Good for
Happy
her.
for her, it was a good relationship. But me and Zoe personally,
Can't take this shit anymore.
we are proper traumatized. Like,
Yeah.
proper. Let me tell you, okay, if I'm being honest, right, I think the men that I dated back then did me way dirtier. I can say that for sure. They did me way dirtier. But I'm not straight.
So there's no like emotional impact on you in that sense, right?
So like I feel like my relationships with the men back then was way more fucked up. But it's because I had no emotional attachment to them. So that's why like I wasn't even like this. I just continued dating like normal. Me experiencing this with a woman, oh my god, the way it shifted my brain chemistry. Let me tell you, it's insane. It's so insane to the point that I entered like a phase in my life that I never thought I would enter, which is celibacy. Abstinence from not just sex, but even romance. Like, I'm just abstinence from everything. Like, I don't even entertain anybody. Like, abstinence like from lesbianism in general. I just
Not
talk
for
about.
long.
I mean, I don't know lah, because I am very romantically unattracted to everybody.
I get that.
Yeah, like we were just talking about it, by the way, guys. Like before we even had this episode, we were at one half having 2 episode podcasts.
Like, and when we walked to Pat Boy, we had another episode, but without the camera on, you know.
Yeah, so
just be yapping.
We just had 3 podcast episodes in total, and now we're filming the 4th one, but the other 3 will not film. Probably we're gonna film in next time when we have more things to share. But anyway, the point is right. Like I was just telling you just now that like I just feel like romantically so turned off by people, and to add, I even feel platonically turned off by people, which is fucked up because I have no desire to even make new friends. I have no desire to like expand my social circle. I just know, okay, let's put it simply, I have no desire to continue making any more human connections. I am just very turned off by any sort of connection that is like beyond my current one. Because for me, I just look at it as like, okay, my current one is working out for me. Like, what the fuck should I go out and look for?
Yeah.
And I feel fulfilled and I feel happy.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, remember how I was telling you that day I wanted to like go diving, but I didn't want to make new friends. I was like, you want to come with me? That's how much I don't desire. Like, okay, like even though I'm an extrovert, but I just feel like I'm an extrovert around my friends.
I get it.
Like with people, I'm just like, okay, I just have surface value, like friendships, and that's enough for me. So you know, that's why I just don't even know how I'm gonna even like anyone anymore because I'm just very turned off by everyone.
I get it.
So that's how I feel, and that's why like I've even made it to 554 days. By the way, I thought 365 was like, wow, that was a big deal. Then I was like, no, no,
not enough.
It's going on for another 200 days. And probably like 1,000 days, I do not know, but I'm not even gonna be surprised if it happens. But for me right now, I'm just in a very like different headspace in life because I just feel like I don't even know how to date anyone anymore.
I know, I feel the same.
Yeah. Okay, can you explain? Because I want to eat.
Okay, so how I feel about the 1 year celibacy. Honestly, when I started it, I didn't plan to start it at all. It was just like, okay, I went through shit and I don't want to go through this shit anymore, and so I'm just gonna mind my own business. And then I just never ever ended up dating ever since, and I never ended up like wanting to be with anyone because I was just like, you know what, I need to stop just simply giving myself like this to any random person, or even with just casual sex, right? I do acknowledge like some people see the appeal in casual sex, but I personally don't. And in fact, the thing is that like to me personally and this, people may think it's like an old-fashioned way of thinking, right? But I feel like sex is a very intimate thing for me, right? And I feel like that should be the way it is, at least for me. And like, I just don't feel like I should be having such intimate activities with any random person that I meet on the internet or I match with on Bumble, you know. And it's like, I don't want to waste my time and energy on it because like I actually have so many things that I want to achieve in my life, right? That like, why would I put it on hold or waste my energy, time and resources like that when I could be like directing the energy, time and resources into something that I actually really want to do with my life, you know? And it's just kind of like, I mean, I love being in relationships, I love being in love and shit like that, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like, I will not put my life on hold for this shit, and I will not like have my life revolve around this shit and let all my dreams die and my goals die, right? I feel like it should be like, just for me, I feel like I want to live my life, and if I do meet someone, then I meet someone. If I don't meet someone, I don't meet someone. And then I feel like, okay, I've said this like quite a number of times before, but anyway, point is, right, it was not planned for me, but you know, ever since I've had more focus on myself, like I did a lot of internal work, I feel, by just doing things for myself, exploring and experiencing life for myself, learning even more about myself, which I didn't know I could do, getting better in many ways, self-acceptance and all of that, you know. I feel like I've become a much better person because I spent that time investing that time into myself and my own fucking well-being instead of going around hopping from fucking relationship to relationship or just sleeping around. I feel like I have gotten, and in a sense also, like, because I have been so self-sufficient in so many ways that like I just feel like for somebody to be in my life in that manner ever again, they really need to be a certain way. You get what I mean? And it's like, ever since like I've enjoyed my alone time, I've enjoyed being on my own, ever since I've like gone through all of this, right? This whole thing, I just feel like standards are so much more different. I am so much more happier. And the thing is that if the relationship in the future does not bring a level of happiness that is more than this, it just doesn't seem logical as to why I would want to get into a relationship. You get what I mean? Like, for sure, sometimes I will also think about like, oh my god, it'd be nice to be in a relationship, you know, and all of that. I will think about it from time to time, but it's just kind of like, at what cost? At what cost? And so like, because of this whole 1 year thing, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel so much more whole. I feel whole. I feel so content. I feel so happy with like, and even like I feel like ever since like I had like this whole unplanned celibacy thing going on, right? I have been able to invest a lot more time in people whom I know care about me, whom I also care about, friends and everything like that. You know, I've had so much time to invest into all these other people, and like, instead of somebody who would just like fucking throw you aside lah, let's be real lah, right? And I just feel like it's a much better use of your time. And what is better than having an amazing friend group, amazing bunch of friends, right? Who is your fucking support system, instead of like leaving that shit to rot while you're in a relationship with somebody who's going to throw you aside. You get what I mean? And it's just like I've been able to nourish so many relationships around me, you know, and I've been able to nourish so many other aspects of my life. And I love that. I fucking love that. I have time to even work on my personal projects. I have time to just sit down, sometimes play some stupid ass fucking games on my phone.
I totally agree. Sorry.
So it's just like, I don't know, I'm just a lot happier. I am so much happier.
I mean, I feel the exact same way. Everything she just said, basically. First of all, right, okay, I'm definitely going to speak for the both of us. So, as you guys know, Zoe and I are both water moons. So one thing about water moons, right, they take relationships and commitment really seriously. So like, when that shit is being played, right, dude, it feels like you just cut off a limb.
Yeah.
It really feels like that. Like people are just not careful with people's time and feelings. And for me, I'm always like, I fucking hate that, because like, okay, for me, right, if I know I have no capacity for someone, I won't even entertain you. I'm not the kind of person who like lead people on if I don't have capacity.
Yeah, and I feel like it's disrespectful too, because it's like, you know you have no capacity for that person, but just out of your selfish wants, you go entertain that person, and then that person obviously would expect some form of commitment from you, right? Because that's what you're giving off. But then you have like this push and pull thing because you have no capacity. It's so fucking disrespectful. You're wasting somebody's fucking time and energy, you know? For what? I'm getting a phone call.
And now?
Okay, continue.
You pick it up first.
Hello? Okay, anyway, you were saying.
As I was saying, okay, so right, okay, I can sit closer now because I finished it.
Yeah, sit closer. Oh my god.
So right, oh my god, this is like sitting on an incline.
No, it is. It's like one of your ass cheeks is like up, and then one of your ass cheeks is lower.
No, legit. No, as I was saying, like, okay, so Zoe and I are like the kind of people where they like, if we want to commit, then we're gonna commit, you know?
Yeah.
That's why it's very frustrating that a lot of people in the pool are just very not self-aware, or just want to like have all these like vague connections with you for self-validation.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know why they want self-validation? Because we're the shit.
And you're fucking
let's put it simply.
Insecure as fuck.
We are the shit, and we fucking know what we bring to the fucking table.
Real.
And they know what we fucking bring to the table.
Real.
And that's why, like, I just think like too many of these like back-to-back experiences that we both have experienced with people, and how careless people are just with other people's emotions. I mean, like, you know, at some point I was like blaming it on the fact that we were all just in our 20s and dumb and stupid, but you know what? Now that both of us are in our mid-20s, we're gonna be entering our late 20s and then 30s soon.
Yeah.
Bitch, at some point you gotta wake the fuck up.
Correct.
Like, you gotta wake the fuck up and like break all these fucking stupid patterns, you know? I mean, like, okay, I guess both of us, we want to date people older or our age lah. So it's like, it's why I say, right, like, for us, it's going to be so difficult to find people, because sometimes a lot of people our age, or even older, by the way, are dumb as fuck. Are dumb as fuck. And you know, the thing is, I really hate the argument where people say stuff like, oh, you know, people learn things at their own time. Like, I'm sorry, like, your 20s is a long time, it's a fucking decade. How the fuck do you not learn within those times? Let's be fucking real.
No,
it only
for real.
Yeah, it took me 1 year of bad shit for me to wake the fuck up. And I'm not saying this to kiss my ass or whatever, but it is to kiss my ass. but like, how do you not go through something like that shakes your entire brain and not make you wake the fuck up?
No,
and that's the thing
legit.
I really hate about people who, like, you know, they are so much older, but they're like, you know, I didn't get to learn this when I was like younger. No, I only start living when I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Because like, how the fuck do you have so much years of experience and then you are still like the same dumb fuck until like forever, until your 40s, 50s, I don't know lah, fucking like die as a dumb fuck lah, okay? To be fucking vulgar, because I just cannot stand this. Like, I really cannot stand, like, how to say, stagnancy.
Yeah.
And to me, when I hear this, there's only one thing that I'm hearing: stagnancy. And you are not fucking holding yourself accountable to grow the fuck up.
Correct.
That's why I get so pissed off, like, you know, with like all these kind of excuses that I hear from people who are like our age or older, where they're like, oh no, like so many excuses lah, mental health lah, capacity lah, this lah, that lah, like everything I'm hearing, it always just boils down to one thing: capacity, not capacity, stagnancy. Okay, and like it never even occurred to you that maybe we're going through mental health issues too. I mean, we're fucking going through so much mental illness from all these issues caused to us, which we don't even cause, by the way. Like, it's always like suddenly we find out there's a third party involved in our relationships with these people. No. You know? So it's like, I can say for sure, if anyone's causing the mental illness, it's y'all to us. You know? Which is why, like, there's just little to no incentive to date anymore.
No, for real.
And the worst part is,
bless you,
people in the fucking community have herd mentality. You know, everybody's doing this shit, everybody's recycling, everybody's like traumatizing each other, and then what happens next? Oh, nobody cares, everyone's doing like that anyway. Fuck off! And that's why, like, I just want to close my pussy for good.
No,
like, I rather
sew it. Let's sew it up.
No, legit, I really feel that way.
Wait, is
like,
this sewing things up? Oh no, it's not female genital mutilation, sorry.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Some countries do that. Okay, we do not condone FGM, by the way. We just meant it like metaphorically. That we want to sew our pussies up.
Yeah.
But the point is, do you see why like both of us are just so disincentivized to even like talk to anybody? You know, I mean, like, sure, benefit of the doubt, there are good people out there. You know, this is like the whole argument where like there are good men out there. Like, you know, not all men, like, you know, this is kind of bullshit. But I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, there's too many cases. Too many fucking cases. And I will tell you one thing. If I ever went through whatever shit I went through back then, I don't know how I can handle it. And that's why I'd rather just be single and not entertain anybody and just like fucking do my own thing. And you know, like we were just talking about how we sometimes act like straight men because like...
What do you bring to the table?
We got cheated on and then we went to the gym.
Oh yeah. We went to the gym. Yeah, that's fucking straight man behavior.
No, literally, we brought our asses to the gym and just like fucking worked out. But actually, I'm telling y'all, like, just do that because then, okay, sexual frustration will get like watered down in everything when you're like getting physical. But at the same time, it's also kind of like you are filling your life, you are increasing your dopamine and serotonin levels like with different things, and so like your brain, you can train your brain to associate happy feelings with other activities that are a lot more healthier for you and will not emotionally wreck you. And that's why I feel like just people just like to chase the highs in the community because that's all they train their brain to associate like high dopamine and serotonin levels with, you know, with all these like highs lah, with all these like dating, chasing, everything, you know. So I'm just very like, I don't know how to get back into that. And frankly, I do not want to. If it's gonna be the same thing for me again, like if I want to get into anything, it has to be different this time.
Yeah, no, and I feel like the thing is that because like, okay, we are at a stage in our life where we want to do things with ourselves, right? We want to do a lot of things, and it's like life is already so busy as it is, right? With everything that we have on our plate, and it's just like whatever we have going on right now with our friends, with our family, with our work, with our own personal life, right? It is already like, it's kind of like taking up 100% of our energy and time, to be very frank with you.
Yeah, it is.
And so like for us to like carve out time from that, like let's say maybe a 20% into a relationship, like do we want to risk it, right? Because of everything that we have had to experience in the past, right? Do we really want to risk it? And there's so many other things outside of life other than just a fucking relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody always revolves their lives around a relationship, which I mean, okay, fine, if that works for you lah, but personally I feel like you should have things going on for yourself aside from a relationship, because that's not what life is about. You're not placed on this earth to be in a relationship with somebody who treats you like shit, right? So it's like, we're so busy, we are adults doing adult stuff. Why do we want to play games with children?
Why? Why? Literally, I can't. And you know what's the stupidest thing? Do you know how much effort it takes to be in a relationship? Y'all just like get into whatever. Like y'all just legit get into whatever. For me, like I really take it very seriously.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
I really care to like, if I really see potential in it and if like I really believe in it, right? I really act according to how much I believe in it, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm just very shocked by people sometimes where you can like do all these things and be so serious and end up just throwing it away in one day.
Just because of like what?
Yeah.
Because of what? Honestly, what? Because of what?
Because
really?
of what? And the reality is that the bottom line is stagnancy and insecurity. A lot of your motherfuckers are so goddamn insecure. You're so goddamn insecure that you just need like a person to fucking validate you. Like you need a person to validate you. You can't like have a life or identity outside a person. And that's why like
I do realize that a lot of people in relationships our age, you know, they really just like base all their validation and everything about their life around that their partner. It's like you don't do anything for yourself. You don't learn to validate yourself. You don't learn to soothe yourself.
Yeah. No, seriously, like do you know how much strength it is to train yourself to be able to like look at people giving you backlash? I mean, God knows how much backlash we've gotten since we started this podcast, and like it's everywhere. Like on Lao Yat, on this, on that, like we made it. But you know what I mean? Like the amount of shit people have said to me and Zoe and about me and Zoe is like, it's unbelievable. And even in person, people will say shit to us.
Oh yeah.
Like they will say shit to us, and it's just like out of nowhere, unprovoked, and it's like based on nothing, you know. So it's like getting all these things and like training yourself to deal with it. That takes so much, but at the same time, I'm so glad we're doing it.
Yeah, no, because it really trains your mental strength too.
Yeah, it trains your mental strength, and it trains you to like solidify your sense of self outside of what people are saying.
Correct.
Saying XYZ things about us and everything, like okay, fine, but at the same time, like we do so much work to tune out all this voice and be so like have so much faith in what we do. And still continue without making money, by the way. Without making money. We're not even making money from this. So it's like you know, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Is like, I just feel like, yes, it sucks that we have to be in a position where we're like up for mass scrutiny and everything, but at the same time, it's also kind of like, I'm glad that I think the same for you too. Like, it taught us so much about our sense of self. Like, how stable and how grounded we can continue like putting ourselves on the ground without feeling shaken by all these things, without needing another person romantically to like like build you up and everything. Because at the end of the day, okay, someone comes into my romantic life, like they validate me and everything, they leave, then what? Then who am I gonna look for validation? Of course, you really truly only have yourself to look for that validation.
Correct.
Yeah, like it's not even a sad thing. I know when people like say this, like, oh, at the end of the day you only got yourself. It's not a sad thing.
Yeah.
It's actually something that people should feel empowered in, because it means that you have that much control over your mind.
You have that much power over yourself and everything about your life.
I wish people feel more empowered about these things, because that's why a lot of people are always like, oh, need to have like partner to like self-soothe me lah, like, you know.
No, and that's the thing, right? I realize that a lot of people like whenever I say things like this, right, like not just about you only have yourself, but so many other things realistically about life, right? They always say, Zoe, why are you so pessimistic? I'm like, it's not pessimistic. I'm the one who can see in a positive light, but because I can see in a positive light, I am optimistic with things that are supposedly sad, but it's the reality. So the only person who is pessimistic is when you cannot see it through the lens of optimism.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
People.
No, seriously, like I know this is like, okay, I've been like kind of, I don't like to use this word, spiritual lately. I don't like to use this word, but like I've been starting to feel very like this, you know, because I feel like everything that has happened, and to be really honest, I feel like this podcast was meant to happen. It was meant to go through all that shit. Because if Zoe and I didn't go through the shit we went through, we wouldn't even have this podcast. We wouldn't even have anything to say. We'd probably be like, oh, happy in our little relationship.
Our little bubble. In our relationships where we get cheated on.
We get cheated on, doomed to fail, constantly getting mistreated. Like,
and then hopping into another relationship, and then the same cycle repeats itself.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're not those kind of people,
We're not. And yeah, we recently celebrated like 1 year of the podcast, but the podcast managed to happen and managed to get to 1 year because we managed to stay celibate for more than a year. We managed to like fucking change our life 360 degrees.
And I feel like, you know, it's because of that, right, that we are able to talk about the things that we talk about too. Because if we were not like celibate, we would not have that much headspace to actually be introspective about a lot of things and to analyze a lot of things. Like, I feel like because of this 1 year celibacy thing, or more than a year actually, we are really able to just carve out that space and energy to just reflect on a lot of things and unlearn a lot of things and realize a lot of things, which is why we can say what we say. You know?
Yeah, and it's not because like we have years of wisdom. I mean, we do, but the point is, right, it's because it's not really because of like the age we are at, but it's more because like we actively choose to make the better choice every damn day. Like we actively choose to always like do the right thing every day. We actively choose to choose better for ourselves every day, which is exactly why that is a good idea, but I think it's the top that you're looking for. No, you can just turn it. Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, it's a lot better. We were able to get to where we are and talk about what we do because of the decisions we make every day. Every day, the decisions we make every day, and the amount of effort we put into solidifying our sense of self. Like, I can tell you, like, for myself, I feel that I'm a completely different person from 1 year ago.
Yeah, no, same,
Dude.
Oh
like,
my god,
25-year-old me talking to me now is like worlds apart, dude. I mean, like, I was already starting this thing at 25, but at the time when 25, I was still freshly out of like the bullshit that I went through, and then, like, I think my sense of self was still a bit shaky. I think like I was also like, I don't know, I think I was just a mess. I was a mess. Like, we started a podcast, like, there was fun and games and everything too. I mean, we started it for friends and all that lah.
Yeah.
But when we started getting deeper into topics and we started talking about more serious things, that's actually when my sense of self started solidifying more, because I actually believe in like everything that I've said.
Yeah.
I started believing more in myself. I started believing more and like trusting that this is actually like part of my personal growth. While I am upset about everything that has happened and upset about everything that I had to go through, but like in hindsight, when I look at it, right, this whole like 5-year plan that like I was looking back at, not plan, just like in a span of 5 years, I look at myself 2019 until like now. Like 2019 was when I realized I was a lesbian, and then until now it's like everything I think happened perfectly. Like everything happened and it shaped me for who I am today. So it's like I can't even be mad because I like the person I am now. So because I'm so like happy and proud of who I am today, you know, maybe I'm gonna be happier and proud of myself like in another 5 years time, who knows. But I just know that it all happened for me, even if it was a bad thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's what a lot of people are unable to do. You know, they are unable to look at a lot of things in their life with like this gratefulness, with this sort of gratitude, because every single time people look at, and I understand, you know, because I used to be like that, you know, I used to look at a lot of things in the past back then, right? And it's because I was unhealed, you know, I will always be like, why did that happen to me? That shouldn't have happened to me, and this and that. I didn't deserve to go through all of that. And you know how they always say, like, when people commend you for being strong, it's not a compliment. You know, because you didn't need to be strong, you needed to be protected as you were, like, when you were a kid, things like that, you know. And I completely understand where it comes from, and I really get it, you know, because it's true, like, a lot of things that people go through in their life, like, they actually don't deserve to go through it, but at the same time, right, that is the reality. To be very frank, that is the reality. We cannot help that we were born into this world and we were put into these situations and that we had to go through all of that. But the only thing that we can do is really just make the best out of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, to be able to look back at, you know, all your traumas and everything that you've been through with gratitude, right? I really feel like that is something that a lot of people need to learn. Like, everybody looks at so many things that have happened to them and whatnot. Even like whatever that you said was what was that? What did you say that everybody was like, oh yeah, you're gonna die alone or some shit like that? Oh, you only have yourself. Everybody looks at all of these. Honestly, they are very objective statements.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at very objective statements in a negative light because it has been painted a certain way, because society tells us we need to be like this, we need to do this, life is supposed to be like that. But no, who the fuck has the right to say life is supposed to be like that? You can look at it objectively and be like, okay, this is the reality, let's make do with it.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And also that is part of the reason why everybody is always just so... They make their decisions based on the most fucked up thing, which is going by what they were taught growing up.
Yeah. I totally agree. Like, you know, like, okay, I will also say, like, for example, like, you know, like, when I was in whatever the fuck I was in, like, I don't even want to call it anything, dude. Like, I have so little respect for, like, whatever that happened. I mean, like, it happened lah, but, like, you know, I generally just had, like a bad experience with a person, and I have no...
A person or multiple?
Multiple persons, actually, because there was a third party involved. No respect for any of them. Whatever, like, I went through at the time, right, before the bad things happened, I would say that I was even getting, like, I was not pushing myself to my potential, you know, because I was like, I'm happy in a relationship, and I was a completely different person back then as well. Like, obviously now things are different for me, and I am hungrier, I would say. I think back then I was like, you know, I love like just coming home to my person, like going to work, having a routine, coming back to my bay and all that. Like I was very comfortable like doing all of that. And girl, I was paid ass. Like the amount of work I did compared to like what my salary at the time was just not justifying like the work that I did, but I was just like, oh, it's okay because I have a good relationship.
No, honestly though, I feel like at this age, right, getting into a relationship really makes you pull back on your own goals in life. It really does. And I felt that with my previous relationship too.
Like, you know what I mean, right? For me, I'm just comforted by the fact that someone loves me at the end of the day. Like all this like, and I was like, it wasn't until, okay, by the way, like I hope like you guys, I mean, like, I don't care how people see it lah, but like generally I'm very driven by rage. I'm like somebody like, if you wanna make me do anything, you gotta piss me off. Then I'll be like, I'm gonna do that just because I'm pissed off at you and I want to prove you wrong. Okay, it's like, okay, very Aries coded, I know, but like I can't help it. It's just how it is. Anyway, how I look at it is that I transform my rage into something transformative. Okay, let's put it this way. But the point is, I had nothing to piss me off at the time. Everything was very happy. I was like, oh, I'm so happy. Like, I'm like living in a fairy tale. I was like, this is all I'm asking for. In fact, remember the friend that I told you I kept yapping at my colleague, right? Yeah, I even told him so that I want to get married by 30. I have all these plans and all that. I told him that. Look what happened after 5 months. I was like, but right. And then immediately after I was done, I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. First of all, I'm gonna set things straight. First of all, I'm gonna get a driver's license. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's start there. I didn't manage to get that previously because I was just like busy dilly-dallying in like my love life and all that. Didn't do that. Wasting my money on women. Wasting my money on women. Not even putting that money to myself. But then afterwards, I took that to the gym and to my license and to like traveling and everything else. And then I became so much happier, by the way. But what pushed me was that when I was like done, right, I went back to my career. Like, by the way, I do not want to say like what my job is, but I'm just gonna say like, I was at the time like, even though I hated like what I did, I was like, I'm okay with sticking around because I was happy at other aspects of my life. You know, so it didn't bother me that much. Like I wasn't like, you know, having that much happening in my job. I mean, it was just like 2 years. In hindsight, it's not that long, but like at the time when I was like done, I went back to my job and I hated it. I was like, my life is miserable. My life is miserable. I got played and I go back to a job that I hate and I just don't like everything but my life. Like I was so enraged. Like you do not have any idea like how enraged I was. Like I was just enraged for such a long time. I just felt so much like anger, so much like resentment, so much like I just want to burn someone's house down. I want to revenge. I want to kill everybody. Like I just felt so much of that energy inside me and I was like, I need to do something about this. I need to transform my entire environment because I'm gonna go crazy. Because everything but my current state just reminded me of how stuck I was. And that was when I started applying to jobs. And then
no, I absolutely get that.
Yeah, you know, I started applying to jobs. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I deserve to be paid better. I deserve to do better. And in fact, I'm feeling stagnant, so I'm gonna like fucking go up. So, and in that time, I also started doing a certification. So I never did a certification because I was like too lazy at the time, too comfortable, like no time, everything. I made all that excuse. No, it wasn't until I was so pissed off. I was like, I'm gonna get that goddamn certification and put myself out there in the job market again and see who takes me. And then, right, let me tell you, it was so hard to get a job like that fits everything that I want, you know. But I would say like my current job right now is everything that I've manifested, like just at the back of my head. Not even I said it out loud. So that's why, right, in that 1 year, it was so hard to find a job that pays exactly what I want. Has the kind of work arrangements that I want, has the kind of chemistry I want with the team, and also has the kind of like growth that I can see myself in. It has a lot. I had a lot of requirements and a lot of jobs that I interviewed for and like, you know, was looking for, just didn't fit that thing, you know. So, but I was still putting myself out there. I was just fucking throwing applications, cold calling, and blah blah blah, everything everywhere. I just did it, dude. I'm pretty sure anybody knows this. Like when you search for a job, even after 1 year nobody gets back to you, you feel so depressed. And for that 1 year, I did feel depressed here and there. I questioned myself. I was like, am I just like actually not that competitive? Am I actually just not like, because I was talking to so many managers. I was like, I don't even like all these people. Like I don't get along with them. Like, am I just crazy? Do I just have like, you know, it wasn't until like I told you I met my current team and I was like, I felt good chemistry with them. It was shocking to me. You know, so I was like, I was doubting myself a lot because 1 year is a long time, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure people know even 3 months of job searching can burn you out. I probably sent over like 400 applications. I'm not even kidding. 400, 500 applications like everywhere. But the point is like I was just really not happy, and then like when I finally got my job and I finally entered like this new phase in my life that I'm very, very happy and like thankful for. I think about like in hindsight in that 1 year, there were actually a lot of things that needed to happen before I got this job. There were a lot of things I needed to learn. There was a lot of things I needed to stabilize and like up level myself before it happened, you know. So that's why I really believe sometimes, right, the timing is always right and everything is happening for you. At the time I couldn't even see it because I told you I got this job without even applying to it. So I was like, sometimes I just feel like everything is already what is meant for you is meant for you. You know, you can desire the craziest thing and it's meant for you. I mean, I don't think this was a crazy manifestation. It's pretty achievable. But my point is, right, it still happened. It still happened, and it just assured me the fact that like I truly can manifest everything I want. And in fact, I have manifested everything I want. It's just that it's not happening right now. It will happen for me. And it will happen in the best timing possible, because everything that you go through really does happen for you. So that's why like sometimes when I look at all the bad things that happened in my life, or things that was like, you know, not to my favor, it was actually to my favor. If I didn't get out of that situation, I'll still be stuck in my old job. I'll still be like dilly-dallying, just being stagnant for another like 3-4 years, like not wanting to grow or do better or like jump and like, you know, ask for more, because obviously there's no way to like keep growing in a single company that you are working for. The raise is usually quite low, but at the same time I wouldn't even have like pushed myself to do anything, like up level myself. I wouldn't have like fucking gone to the gym. First of all, let's start there. I wouldn't have gone to the gym. I wouldn't have cared about fitness. I wouldn't even have like cared about upskilling. I wouldn't even have cared about like just overall like changing myself. You know what I mean? So like sometimes I'm glad that happened to me, because that needed to happen to me. I was actually stagnant. Like 26-year-old me looking at 24, 25-year-old me, I was stagnant. And whatever that happened to me, as shitty as it was, it had to be so bad that it shifted my entire brain chemistry to like push me to another different phase in my life. Anyway, I'm done. Yep, so much. But
are you not feeling cold?
No. You cold? You want a jacket?
It's okay. And anyway, okay, so I wanted to say something about like that whole thing, right? Where like when you're in a relationship, you're so comfortable. Okay, So back in I think 2022, I was like, okay, I wanna find a way to get to a level where like I'm an entrepreneur, where I can get into like Forbes 30 under 30, right? And I think I told you this before.
Yeah.
And then over time, I lost that drive. Because I was just way too fucking comfortable, and I was too comfortable with where my career was too, that I didn't even bother like finding ways to improve my career or improve my businesses and whatever, right? I feel like it was because of being so comfortable in a relationship, and I feel like people our age, we should not, unless we know how to move forward with our lives without allowing our relationships to tie us down, we should not be in a relationship actually. And like I realized that like after I got off the relationship, first of all, I was going through a lot, for emotionally because of that relationship, and then secondly it's because of like I was just going through like this really terrible creative rut, right? Or just this rut in general. And it was only like a few months after, actually no, a couple 2 to 3 months after like we officially broke up, that like I started getting better gigs and more gigs, and I started expanding the kind of shoots that I did.
Dude, it sounds like they were bad luck.
No, for real. I started getting more of like just more unique projects, you know, because I used to only do F&B and FMCG and from time to time products, right? And then after that, I was doing a lot more other things like apparel, like fashion products and all of that. And I was just like, and those actually benefited my portfolio a lot, and they benefited my business a lot in terms of like the clients, the upcoming clients that I can get. And so it was because of that. And secondly also, after I got out of the relationship, and remember when you brought up to me like, oh, Forbes 30 under 30, right? And then I was like, yeah. And like it was after getting out of the damn relationship, doing things for myself and all of that, that I was just kind of like, wow, my career is like going places. I'm doing so many shoots. I'm learning so many things. I'm learning to be a better leader. I'm learning to liaise better with my clients. I'm learning to build better. And in fact, after that, I built a lot better relationships with my clients because I had the capacity to do so, and because I was coming out of my shell. I feel like when you're too comfortable, you're too in your shell. You just don't want to go out of your way, and you're too much in your comfort zone. You don't explore the world and do things to make you really get to know yourself and be more confident in yourself. And once you build that confidence, right, you can just have the capacity to actually, for me at least, I had the capacity to build better relationships with my clients and the people that I work with, which actually benefits your career as well, benefited my career. I did just so many things after getting out of that damn relationship. You know, so many fucking things, so many good things, and everybody should not be fucking settling at this age. If you get into a relationship at this fucking age, right, all the way from maybe 18, let's not count below 18 all the way from 18 till I feel like 30, at least 30, right? If you get into a relationship, at least make sure that you still have something you want in your life. At least still have a sense of individuality. At least still have your own personal goals. Still have your own personal drive. Do not like give up things about your life just because of somebody else. Don't do that. Really don't do that. You're too young to do that.
Yeah, and I wanted to say like the thing about like the, you know, how you said that you started having like better relationship with your clients and like all these things, right? You know, right? I totally agree with that because I feel like, I think this is probably because like the two people we dated at the time, they were just very emotionally immature. They just did not like, I okay, at least from what both of us talk about, I felt like both of us were constantly the one who always had to hold space for them. We always had to be the one who soothed them, like sayang them, this and that, like because they were so goddamn emotionally immature and just so.
These bitches are older than us, by the way.
They are older than us, by the way.
Yours is significantly older. Mine is decently older.
Acts like a fucking baby. And I don't care. Like, probably out there, like, victimizing themselves again, over and over again. Yeah, and the other thing that both these people, they like to do, they always the goddamn victim in the situation. How is it that every fucking time you're the victim and then you cheated? I'm so pissed at this, dude.
No, honestly, right, I feel like, okay, you know a person is good when they can acknowledge the shit that they've done. Because, okay, the two of us, we do admit, like, okay, they cheated on us. We were not in the wrong for that. But you don't see us completely, like, removing all responsibility from us.
No.
I remember that on the podcast even, or just in person with you or with friends, whatever, I would say things like, okay, I did make a bad decision and I did something wrong whereby, like, I made a decision to get into a relationship with this person because I was insecure. I can fucking admit that. Like, if you cannot fucking admit one fucking thing that you did wrong and you put all the responsibility on someone else, there's something fucking wrong with you. You have a victim complex.
And both of them, the similarity is also that they will fucking bait you with sob stories from the past. All these sob stories about how they were victimized lah. And then they were, I think, like, this thing that, like, at least like on my end, like, this person was like, is that they try to like shape the story as if they grew from it. But I'm seeing the same goddamn patterns, but on steroids. Same goddamn patterns, but on steroids.
Hell no. Okay.
So I don't believe, and to be honest, like, I feel like, no offense, but I feel like we're the only two lesbians capable of change. I was like, no shade to everybody lah, but honestly everybody in the community is fucked lah. So it's like, I feel like I'm very, very pessimistic about people being capable of change. I will give chances, yes, but I never believe in second chances.
You cannot rely on it lah, because like I feel like
I don't.
Even like when you're dating people also, they always say like never look at the person for their potential. Look at them for who they are and see if you can stay with them long term.
I may have gotten cheated on like by people, but one thing I will stand my fucking ground on is I never give second chances because I don't believe in that shit.
I unfortunately gave a second chance.
Okay, I mean, okay, we don't have to talk about that. Okay.
Okay. You know what? I wanted to say in my defense, but honestly, I have nothing to defend. I was just too unwilling to let go of the relationship, and that is on me.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Okay, but my point about saying all of this is that, right, because we spend so much of our...
to say something fucking stupid, but continue.
You can say, but
I was like, who is gonna give me free? Who's gonna give me head?
I'm dead. That do be a perk though.
The free was honestly because I needed it to go to sleep. Okay, I don't do that frequently, guys, and we're not fucking uploading this. I'm gonna bleep it out, but I don't that frequently. I just need it to go to sleep because I can't fucking fall asleep or shit. And I was like, well, who the fuck gonna give me free? I should have fucking taken some goddamn fucking before I broke up with that motherfucker. No, but I had to be a smartass and break up through text. Should have broken up in person.
Should have just
In their house.
just like burned the house down.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
I was gonna say that because we spend so much time soothing these fucking like babies, we have no other emotional capacity left for any other parts of our lives because so much emotional labor is put into all these relationships. And I can say for sure, this is not just the two of us. It's so many people out there. That's why like people just don't have capacity for anything outside of their relationships, and that is a fact. It is a fact because I know that a lot of people in relationships, they generally, once they're very, very invested in it, they tend to have little to no time for every other aspect of their life. And because I know that a lot of motherfuckers out there be so damn unhealed that people just have even less capacity out there. They have less capacity to invest like into like nurturing relationships with friends, with like colleagues, clients, and all these things, which yes, these people may not at the time may not be as important as your relationship, but like my point is, this is why you shouldn't pick a shitty ass relationship, because this is to the extent it can affect you. And once you are
for real.
yeah, and once people like psychology, when you put in so much work into something, you want to make it work. That was my psychology at the time. I invested
Yes.
yeah, I invested so much emotional labor into that stupid ass whatever. I'm not gonna call it any shit lah. That was stupid ass whatever. I emotionally like invested so much in it that I was willing to like the typical stuff. I was gonna overlook the red flags. I was gonna let go of everything. I was like, because I can make this work. It was not even that long of a time. It just took 5 months for me to feel that way. But like, I invested so much, and imagine if I felt it in 5 months, how other people felt it too within 1 year, 2 years. Like how much work you've put into this, you want to make it work. So yeah, that's why it's so hard for people to like get out of relationships. I can understand that because like you equate work and time and effort into like a successful outcome. But it's the same thing with anything. Sometimes, like, let's say you run a business, you put in so much effort and work and everything, but it cannot work out because of so many other factors too. But because people put in so much work in it, they want to keep making it work.
Yeah. So it's like honestly a fucking vicious cycle, and that's why I didn't want to let go of my relationship too, because like I felt like it went to a point where that person did something wrong, and when I was going through it, and I felt like it was so unfair. Like deep down, I was just kind of like, I didn't even do anything wrong. In fact, I did everything right. I played all my cards right. And like, but yet I'm still putting aside my feelings of what you did, which is literally fucking cheating on me. I put aside my feelings of what you did to try and work on this thing with you when it's not my responsibility to do so. Like, I didn't have to do it. And even so, I felt like I was just like the only one doing all the work, right? Like, I was willing to go to that extent to try and save that relationship. And it was honestly a mistake, but you know what? Nothing's really a mistake lah. It's meant to be lah. Anyway, but like the point is, right? It was I really just sacrificed so fucking much for that goddamn relationship. I sacrificed a lot about my life for that fucking relationship.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to believe that that was it because I did everything right. I feel like I did everything right.
This is like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Jay-Z cheated on her, but she was not gonna let a woman ruin her what is it? I think there's a term for this, like, but when your relationship is like out in the public, like a celebrity relationship that's super out there. Yeah, classic Beyonce and Jay-Z. And you got a Jay-Z ass person.
I got a Jay-Z ass
cheating on you, like, oh my god.
I got a Jay-Z ass motherfucker. But yeah, anyway,
it's always the Jay-Z motherfuckers. I'm telling you.
I don't know why.
It's always the Jay-Z motherfuckers. Like,
why you
is
ugly
it?
and you cheating? Like, you know Madison Beer? Madison Beer is so fucking hot, by the way.
Yes.
She got cheated on by a man who looks mid as fuck.
Madison Beer got cheated on?
No, I showed you his photo before. And then you were like, yeah, okay.
Show me again?
And have you heard the song, fuck, I forgot what's the song,
Why the fuck you cheat on Madison Beer, bro?
How you cheat on Madison Beer? Wait, I'm gonna fucking Google that shit, right?
Yeah.
Madison Beer man who cheated on her.
Yeah.
Because he looks so fucking mid, girl. He looks so mid. He looks so mid.
This guy cheated on Madison Beer?
Can you imagine? How can you cheat on Madison Beer?
This is why if you find yourself having cheating tendencies, just know that you're the Jay-Z in the relationship. You're the ugly ass motherfucker in the relationship.
For real, it always be the I remember, oh my
So it would
god.
be the ugly people.
And it's like they feel like because okay they're ugly, right? And they feel like because they can get someone hot, then they get more confidence and they think that like, you know what? I can do better.
Yeah.
Bitch, you can't.
Bitch, you
Girl,
can't.
bitch, you can't.
Stay ugly.
Bitch, you can't. Fix
You
the
know-
hunchback.
Cheating is temporary, ugliness is forever. So I just heard you say fix that hunchback.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's our 1 year of celibacy.
Yeah. That's why we just like, I think, like, you know, to conclude, we're just very different people compared to like 1 year ago. I think a lot of our perception of the world changed.
Yeah.
A lot of how we experience the world changed as well.
Yeah.
And most importantly, how we view relationships and how we want to invite them to our space massively changed.
And you know, the thing is that when you're in a relationship with a person, this is the person that you are spending a lot of time with.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I feel like we need to be so much more picky with the people that we date, because like this person is really significantly going to affect the way you do things, the way you go about your life. Because like, I don't even know a fucking analogy for this. Is he fucking waiting for that car or this car?
No.
Yeah, anyway, what was I saying? You are spending so much
your
fucking time with this fucking person. It's gonna affect every fucking aspect of your life, all the way from home to career to everything, and that's what fucking happened to us.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. Like, this
Be
is
more
like
picky. Be
definitely
more picky,
one of
y'all.
the single most like important decisions like a person has to make.
Agreed.
And you know what? A lot of people don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah,
A
no.
lot of people don't give a fuck about anyone in general.
Yeah,
You are just there like,
to fill up their free time.
yeah, to fill their free time. You're looked as a prize. You're looked at a lot of things. Like, I just feel like, I just don't have like alignment with a lot of people in terms of how I view relationships and how I view like commitment. Like, in fact, I think I have zero alignment with someone romantically. Like, friendship wise, obviously we talk about it all the time, but like in terms of what?
No.
In terms of like how I connect with someone romantically, that has been zero since 554 days. But to be fair, I don't even be entertaining anyone, so I do not know. But don't you just feel like it's just so hard to see yourself with anybody?
No, it is. I really cannot, you know. And like, there have been so many times, right? My friends are like, "Oh my god, I know this queer person, this lesbian," and they'll send me their profile, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you sending me their profile?" Then they'll be like, "Your type or not?" I'm like, "No." Bitch, like I cannot even I don't even care if the person is like super good looking, right? To be very honest, I don't even care if the person is like super
Me too.
attractive. I just cannot imagine myself in a relationship because I'm like so, to be very honest with you, I'm so comfortable with my life right now because it is going so well. It has been going so well ever since like, I got out of a relationship and ever since I have been on my own. Like why would I want more than this? Like, I mean, obviously I want more than this. Why would I want something that will potentially put this life at risk? You know?
I get it. And you know, the shop closed.
Yeah, the shop closed.
Like, you know, right? I feel like ever since whatever happened to me, something in me died. I don't know, died or dormant or what lah. Something died. It's gone. And that's why like it's just so hard for me. Like, it's not just, I wouldn't say it's just hard for me to imagine myself with anybody. It's just hard for me to imagine myself being in a relationship again. Period. Point blank. Like, I just cannot imagine myself like that because I just feel like that part of me, something like that like activates it, just died. Like, not in a bad way. It's
I know. The way you say it's damn funny.
Yeah, it's just gone. And I don't want to say that it's a bad way because it's not a bad thing. But I know when I say it sounds like, oh, someone took the light from you. No, it's not like that at all. It's nothing to do with that.
Someone left and the light came back on. You know?
Yes. Actually, someone left and the light came back on. So
sorry, they didn't even leave, we threw them out, bitch.
we threw them out.
We threw them out and the lights came back on.
The lights came back
girl.
on and I was like clear as day. But like it died and I feel like a woman. You know now? Like, you know,
like not a girl?
Yeah, I don't feel like a girl.
I get what you mean. Feel like, you know?
You know how people say like when you first have sex, that's when you start feeling like a woman?
No.
Me, when I got cheated on, that's when I felt like a woman. I started feeling like I'm an adult. Like something clicked. You know when people say like, oh, you know, like you will hit like on your 25th birthday, you will have like prefrontal cortex
fully developed.
No, get cheated on, that's gonna hit your prefrontal cortex like big time.
You know,
so that's what died. Well, not died, but you know, it clicked.
Yeah, no, for real. And I feel like we're a lot happier now. I know sometimes we don't sound like it because we always be sounding like we are yelling and raising our voices, and we always sound aggressive. Honestly, that's just the way we speak lah, okay? Like when we are like amongst the two of us, right? It's not like we go out to a random stranger and we fucking speak like this. No, it's not that.
No.
We sound aggressive and we sound angry, but honestly speaking, we are a lot happier as people. You should just trust us when we say this, because when I speak with conviction. I am an honest person. That's what you can expect from fire signs.
Yeah, no.
We say shit as it is.
We are fire signs, water, moon. So we feel fucking deeply. We fucking like go to the depths of hell with our emotions. But at the same time, thanks to our fire signs, we can bounce the fuck back. We can bounce the fuck back. No fucks given. Actually, no fucks given up. People always be like, oh, air signs have no fucks given. No, it's actually fire signs.
It's fire signs.
Because
it's
we will give so much fucks one day and we're like, okay, we have like purged.
No, we will give a lot of fucks, but then when we really don't give a fuck, we don't give a fuck. So when we do something, we just do it. And when we don't do something, we just don't do it. You get what I mean? It's like very like that. Very straight, very thick. Oh my God,
we will like go insane. We will like fucking just be crazy. And then once we're done, we can like, okay,
we're done.
That was a good time. We won't repeat it
wasn't
anymore.
a good time. That was a time. It was not a good time. It was a time.
It was a time, yeah.
It was a ride.
Yeah, so that's how our 1 year celibacy is going. Great, by the way. 100% recommend for a lot of people.
100% recommend. 100% recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a lot of our audience are like on the younger side. And like, I realize like a lot of like the stories that we receive and everything, right? A lot of them are like, I want a girlfriend so badly. You know,
you don't want a girlfriend.
Well, you can get it once and then you just stop, right?
Yeah, just get it for the experience. Done. No more girlfriends. Fuck that. Unless your girlfriend is good to you.
And unless the two of you have your own sense of individuality. You get what I mean? But other than that, please do not invest all your time, energy, money, whatever it is, into another human being while you haven't even figured yourself out yet.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like the priority for people in their 20s, which I know is so hard, because when you're in 20s, you're blinded by so many things, especially passion. Everyone in their 20s is blinded by passion.
Yeah.
So don't be blinded by passion. Just always find a way to remind yourself like who the fuck you are. And if you don't know who the fuck you are,
Go figure it out.
yeah, go figure it out. Period.
Oh, are we done with the episode?
I mean, yeah, I ain't got more shit to say. What about you?
No, I'm good. I love, you know, this whole thing about like us, you know, just really focusing on ourselves and doing the things that we want to do. I love that for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys can feel the enthusiasm and the happiness from it. I know we fucking swear like shit on this like episode lah, and there was a lot of aggression in this episode. But yeah, we are very happy and I hope you feel the energy from us.
Yeah, we are, like, period.
Yeah, okay, and that's the end of the episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Buy us coffee.
Buy us coffee,
And we'll see you in the next episode.
where we're gonna actually have car sex.
Celibacy over. Over. Okay, bye.
Okay, boy. You know, when we talk in the car, right, it's just so much louder. Do you just hear all the sound?
No, because
I'm like, oh my god, we are so loud.
Yeah, because it's a small box.
I didn't realize how loud we talk until this car episode.
Faham.
I was like, god